What's up, boys? Data782 here with episode 27 of Fixing the Franchise here at the 2027 NHL entry draft, coming off the Stanley Cup Championship of last episode, where we won back-to-back Stanley Cups and our third cup in 8 years. Moving into year number 9 now, in the year number 8 offseason here, we are looking to really solidify ourselves as a dynasty, because the goal of this franchise mode is to fix the franchise. So I think that even if we don't win the cup this next year, 3 cups in 9 seasons is very good. And I think it may just be the final season of full simulation where I do the off-season, the season, the playoffs, and all stuff like that. I'm just going to blaze through it and get to 2044 and show you how it all ends up with everyone's retired numbers and all stuff like that. So this may be the final full season of simulation, depending on what you all say. But we're going to treat it as if we're still going for a while. We're going to make this the best draft possible and do what we can. In the last episode, comments regarding trading David Pastrnak. Dud D says you should trade Pastrnak for a draft pick, and then Massimo Biagione says I would try getting the defenseman from the Florida Panthers. Also commented on my Bob Cole commentary. Oh baby, after that Seth Jones goal. So here's the thing: if I do trade for a draft pick, I'm stacked in the forward department, so I'd look to go after a defenseman. Now the top-rated defenseman is this guy Oleski, who's ranked 6th in the Central Scouting. He's a two-way D, 6'4". He's still 2 years away from the NHL, so I don't know if I'm really looking to go after someone like him, because Pastrnak has like full trade value. I'm looking for something really big, so I think I'm leaning towards trying to get Oland from the Panthers. But let's hop into the draft. Let's see how it goes. I have some people pinned. I have a lot of picks that I'm looking forward to. We're going to see what we can do. So in this draft, if we go to offer trade, in this draft, let's look at what picks we have to play with here in this draft. We have the 31st overall pick, our own, 1 second, 2 thirds, 3 fourths, 3 fifths, and then a 6th and a 7th. So we should be able to get some very nice people and make trades where necessary. So the first overall pick is going to be, I'm not really going to look to trade for that. I'm not looking to trade for any picks, I don't think. So I'm going to go ahead right away and just try to trade with the Florida Panthers for Liam Oland, who would be a big piece on defense. He could play second pairing with Brandt Clark. I see lots of good things in the future if I could pry him away from the Panthers. Oland does have pretty much a full trade bar. He has 5 years left on a good contract. David Pastrnak, he has a full trade bar, so we have more value than them on our side. But the question is, will the Panthers want to do that deal? As of now, we're giving more value, so I'm going to see what I could squeeze out of them. They have the 14th overall pick. They don't want to trade it. So maybe I could get a 3rd and a 4th. Let's see what that would say. So David Pastrnak, he won the Stanley Cup here. He signed like a 7-year contract with us. He signed on in 2023. 2023 he signed on. He played 4 full seasons here in Anaheim, never scoring less than 80 points and 33 goals. Great career that he's had. He won 2 Stanley Cups with us. He has been a monster up on that first line. Wore the A this season. In the playoffs, he always did well, going close to, if not more than a point per game usually. And it's tough to say goodbye, but that's a big contract, and we no longer have the ability to keep him. So David Pastrnak, are you going to the Florida Panthers? Not for a 3rd and a 4th, just for a 3rd. Still not just yet. Isn't sufficient at all. All right, so we're going to try a straight-up trade. Our trade value is in, we're giving them more, but I understand he's a good young defensive prospect. You know, he's even more than a prospect at 23 years old. So let's try it straight up. David Pastrnak for Liam Oland. What do you say? Isn't sufficient at all. That's the weird thing about trade value here, man. You outdo it, but they still don't. They don't say we don't want to trade them. They say, oh, the value's not enough. No, actually the value is enough. It's just that you don't want to trade him. So why don't you be straight up with me? Why are you going to play games like that? So if I could throw in some unsigned people maybe, or who am I going to lose next year? Who am I not re-signing? With these 2 prospects, what do you say? Too far off. It's about to reset though, because I'm taking too long with this Ottawa pick. Maybe I could trade a goalie as well. Jan Bednar. Could I get rid of Jan Bednar here? Still too far off. Okay, so it's about to time me out. If I could get in one more offer, throw in a 4th round pick. No. Okay, so first overall pick is Vincent Bell. Vince Bell to the Ottawa Senators. He's 82 overall, a sniper, great shooting category, medium elite. Good for you, Ottawa. Let's try Pastrnak with Bednar and Brown. Maddox Brown, low elite. He's 55 overall, 7th round pick in 2025. What do you say? Still too far off. We know what's really disrespectful? Cameron McKinley's trade value. The guy almost won the Vezina and the Conn Smythe, and his trade value's down there. Really doesn't make sense at all. On a fantastic contract too, making less than $1 million. Really doesn't make sense. Who else can we throw in here? Jaskalainen maybe, 68 overall, 23 years old. Throw him in. What do you say, Florida? Isn't sufficient at all. Come on, how does this not sufficient at all? I have 2/3. What if I give you the 93rd overall pick? What do you say? Too far off. I could throw in that medium league goalie prospect. That would be a lot to give up, but I am anticipating drafting more goalies. They have no goalies. They could really use this goalie prospect. Come on, this is a really good deal for you, Florida. Not only do you get a first-line scorer, you get an elite goalie prospect and another guy to play in your system. Come on. I should be able to get a lot for this. Olin, 2/3 and a 4th. Trade accepted. All right, thank you, Florida. Gave up a lot, but I think it was worth it. Got 2/3 and a 4th back, so it'll come back to help us out. David Pastrnak is off to the Florida Panthers. Thank you for all of your service, my friend. Let's simulate up to our pick and see what we're looking like here. So the first pick we said was Vince Bell. Second pick is Kearns, a medium elite sniper, 80 overall. Peacock goes 3rd. He was once ranked number 1. He dropped to 3rd. He is a sniper. He is 5'8", and he looks like he has great shooting. Holden, 79, 80 overall, medium elite. Then it drops off a bit. All right, so let's make our pick at 31st overall. What are we looking like? Yikes, we are not looking good up here. Okay, I'm definitely going to trade this pick, I think. And maybe I'll take this guy, Aiden Ronning. He's a gem, defensive defenseman gem. 3 years away from the NHL, 6'5", big boy. Yeah, why not? Let me trade back to pick 35, 36, something like that. So let's try going at Ottawa's pick at 36 there. I'll give you my first with a 4th and a 5th, and you give me your 2nd and your 3rd. That's a very good deal for you, Bello. Oh, come on. Really does not make sense at all. I guess I'm just going to take back a 2nd and a 6th or something, right? If I tried to trade up, they'd laugh me out of town. But there you go. Thanks for nothing, Ottawa. And who do they draft? They get a medium top 9 two-way forward. Garbage. So let's sim to our pick now. Hopefully the guy's still there. He is. Fantastic. All medium top 9s. Okay, so it was a good thing that I traded back, because now I can take that gem right here. Bryce Nystrom also looks okay. Yeah, he looks pretty good. But I'm going to go for Aiden Ronning, the medium top 4D. Oh, look at this guy, medium elite. Ooh, he's an offensive defenseman. I'm going to trade for him too at pick 40 maybe. So Aiden Ronning, welcome to the team. Medium top 4D, 64 overall. Very, very nice. Yeah. Okay, so let me try trading with St. Louis for the 40th overall pick. See how much it's going to take from them. I have pick 62, so I could trade 62 and like maybe 93. A 2nd and a 3rd for a 2nd. A 2nd, a 3rd, a 4th, and a 5th for a 2nd. Oh, come on! Let me try that same offer with Vancouver, who does want to trade their pick. Okay, make the 4th round pick a little better. How about that? There you go. Trade accepted. Pigs, man. They really try and get you. They really try and get you. Nystrom was medium top 6. Wow. 77 overall sniper as well. That's a nice pick for Dallas. Sheesh, 4-star shooting. Yeah, that is a nice pick. Good job, Dallas. But now I'm going to get someone who has nice, big amount of trade value. You love to see it. Malik Stepan looks cool too, but this guy, he's 20 years old. It means he should be closer to NHL ready, hopefully. Malik Stepan, eh? He's also 3 years away. I'm going to go for the guy, go with potential. UC Louis, he's 64 overall, medium elite offensive defenseman. Welcome to the team, my friend. And let's keep on simulating a bit more now. Let's see what that other defenseman was. Malik Spencer, medium top 4. Malik is medium top 4, 62 overall. Okay. The next guy that has any interest is Esteban Hoyle. He's medium elite goaltender. There's other goalies later on, so I'm not going to bother trading up for him. Low top 4D, no. Not super interested by anyone before my pick, so I think I'm just going to simulate to my pick at pick 74. Some medium top 9s went. Yeah, no one too crazy. Medium top 6. I'm okay with that. So 74th overall here. A lot of medium top 9s. Andrew Eaton is possibly low elite. Not super tempting, to be honest. Do I just reach and take the guys that I want, maybe? A bit later on, we see the guys with the potential are a bit lower down, actually. So we're going to try a little swindler trade right here. Always like to swindle the system. I'm going to try to trade 74 and 76 to Vancouver for 78 and 80, which will just push me a little bit more down. And I'll also take 113. What do you say to that? Oh, no. Instead, I will take 140. That's pretty fair. Right, Vancouver? Yes. Happy to accept it. Thank you very much. So sim to user pick at pick 78. To Anaheim at 91. No, I'll decline that. So they took 2 medium top 9 forwards. Perfect. 2 guys that I didn't want. That's called playing the system, boys. Just play that system all night long. Par Bang. That's a cool name. Just bang. Rip it in that top shelf, baby. That would be a cool name to get. Some people draft by name. I do not. I draft by potential. That would be nice. I might just go ahead and get my guy who is Pierre Corbett from the QMJHL. 4 years away. Is low top 6 though. Has that potential. Yeah, why not? Pierre, welcome aboard. He is low top 6, 61 overall. Then they took a low top 4D. Yeah, that's what Eaton was, low top 4. Not worried about that. I have enough defense in the system who are big boys like that. Do I take one of these guys here? I'll probably take one of these two, 88 or 89. Nicholas Oland or Alan Frazee. This guy is an E for skating. I just drafted a big defensive defenseman as well. So let's go for Nicholas Oland. He's low top 4D. I know he has less potential, but this is more I'm looking for a guy that I could put in my system, not someone who I'd have a trade chip. Like, I don't know. I'm tired of always trading for, always just drafting by potential. I know there's also always a time for it, but in that instance, I didn't really feel like it. So that guy's medium top 6, ranked 112. Nazir Peverly. I'll probably just go ahead and take him because I'm not interested really by any of these guys. Yeah, this is a time where you draft by potential because there's no one good available. You're not between 2 people. You're just saying, okay, is this guy or garbage? So Nazir Peverly, nice medium top 6 forward, 67 overall. Now we go to pick 107. These guys are all not very uncovered, which is tough. Yeah, all from the North American systems. It's tough to get a lot of information on them sometimes. I'm gonna go for Caden Light, I think, whatever you call his name, Caden Light. From the U.S. development system. He's 6'4". He's a medium league goaltender. Always love to get some more trade value in the system for goalies. 57 overall. You absolutely love to see that. Who have we drafted today for trade value wise? Louis right here we got as a 38th overall. Then the guy who's a gem that we took at 36th overall has like a third of that trade value. So that doesn't really make much sense. And then this goalie we took right here. Yeah, so we have we could use some goalies in the system. Why not? Could use a couple goalies. Pick 124 we go up to now at the end of the 4th round. And I think I'm going to go right for Pascal Phaneuf here. Not only is he a medium league goaltender, he's also a gem. So Pascal Phaneuf, welcome to the team, my friend. You are 59 overall, medium elite. Dion Phaneuf's son, looking good. Nice. He played in the Q, 33, 19, and 2. Nice. Okay, so now we can simulate up to pick number 129. I don't want to trade with you. Now we can go and reach for a little bit. Pat Roberts is possibly medium top 6. Yeah, let's go for Roberts. Why not? Pat Roberts, welcome to the team. You are medium top 6, 66 overall grinder. Love it. Pick 136 now. I think I'll go for this guy, Abel Trevica, possibly medium top 4, a 2-way D. Let's go for him. Abel, you are medium top 4D, 57 overall. Beautiful. Good draft so far. A lot of picks though. I know I don't like when I have too many picks because then that just bogs up the system later on down the road in later years. Knowing that I'm super interested here at 140, there was a defenseman with 2 bars medium elite, but I think I'm going to go ahead and trade. Yeah, I just have one more pick in this round. So I think I'm going to go ahead and trade with Carolina. I'll give them my 5th now for like their 5th next season. 140th overall, my 5th right now for their 5th next season, or Pittsburgh's 5th. Perfect. Thank you very much, Carolina. Actually, that was Pittsburgh's 5th. Yikes. Pittsburgh's a good team. That won't be as good. Whatever. What was that defenseman that I was looking at? He was medium top 4, but 49 overall. Big project. Sim to pick 186, closing in on the end of the draft here. See if there's any last people. This guy's possibly low top 6 forward. Medium top 6D guaranteed. Jesus Moen. I'm my second Nazir from the queue that I would draft. He's 5 years away. Not really sold on him. Let's just go by potential for these last 2 picks. Do I have anyone that I pinned? I do have a couple people I pinned, so I think I'll just go for them. 2 guaranteed low elites. Jose Hamel and Danny Graham. Both low elites, so perfect. That's 1. He's 56 overall low elite. Then we go to pick 189. Take Danny Graham. He is low elite, 54 overall 2 AD. Is there anyone else that I really want to trade for? Not really. Hugo Francois is 2 bars medium elite. There's a few more people with 3 bars medium elite, but I think I'm going to pass. I'm happy with the draft. So did Hugo, I want to see if Hugo gets taken with that 2 bars medium elite. Jesus Moen was medium top 60, like we said. Hugo does go. He was medium top 9, 51 overall. Okay, so not a big deal to pass on him. Sim the rest of the draft. It's a good draft, boys. Nice potential players. We got a good new batch coming in, especially with, I liked Phaneuf, Like, and Louis. Even Ronning. Hopefully he turns out to be something, but... Alright boys, so that's the draft, and now we move into the re-sign phase to try and figure out what are we going to do with the money situation. Before that, I'm going to go re-sign all my scouts, try to re-sign my coaches, whatever. I'll be back in a sec. So I sent out all the offers to the scouts. No coaches actually need to be re-signed for the first time like ever, so that's great. And now we go to expiring. We have $12.02 million to play with, not a lot of money. So right away, we see that Bickle, Sidor, and Clark are all going to want their money. Josh Anderson, he won a cup with us. He was a good 4th liner. No chance I can be able to re-sign him. I'm sorry, Josh. I'm going to have to release you right away. Sven, release you right away as well. Evan Bouchard, not going to be able to re-sign you. Release. I'm not going to look at what he wants. Just have no room for him. Axel Anderson, probably not. Sebastian Aho, you were just a free agent to fill in. Gauthier was also a free agent to fill in for injuries. Okay, I think that clears out most of that. Francisco Cahill, I'm going to sign him. He was my 2nd round pick a few years ago. Hopefully he continues to grow. He's a good offensive defenseman. And before I get into the other nitty-gritty, let's look at the goalies. It's just Cameron McKinley, huh? Yeah, oh boy, he wants a real starter money, huh? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. That's why he had no trade value, I guess. I didn't know that he was expiring already. So Brand Clark does want the extension, which is nice. So that means I can probably sign him for a bit more. For a bit less. So 6 years, I could probably get him at like 4 point... It might be a bit greedy, but I'm going to try it. 6 years at 4.750. Or even 775. 6 years there. Marco Aho. I don't really like him that much, to be honest. Qualify. And I think we'll go from there. Let's see if Clark says yes first. And then we can go from there. Clark, okay, not enough money. Okay, fair enough. Qualify Bickle, qualify Sidor. Try 6 years at 4.875. Now, between Sidor and Bickle, which one do I like more? That's a tough question. Bickle wants $8 million, and Sidor wants 8 years at 9.4. He wants a big contract, and Bickle's looking for more of a bridge contract. Then you have McKinley as well. Man, this is really tough. Why don't I have more money? Getting rid of... yeah, I should have more money. Getting rid of Pastrnak should have given me a lot more money. So I know Oland came in. I guess... Oh, that must be the thing, huh? No, but it's not. It's not. I had like 6 million, and then getting rid of Pastrnak would have given me another 11 million. How come only at 12 million? I wasn't at 1 million of cap space. I know Oland takes up 7 million, which is a lot. That's true. I wasn't really thinking about Oland. That only really clears up $4 million, not $11 million. Maybe I have to trade one with Bickle or Sidor. Or I just keep them qualified and see what happens. All these scouts say yes. And Clark says yes to that contract. Okay, so hopefully that's good. We got him cheap. Now we need to figure out with $8.095 million what to do for the rest of the hockey team. Because in nets, DeVries is not ready to be the starter, and Tanovic can't be an NHL backup yet. This is the starter backup right here. So Verkunen I can sign. He can be my backup in San Diego next year, but I need to sign Cameron McKinley, even if it's only for 1 or 2 years. Yeah, 1 year is probably my best course of action, keeps him as an RFA. He does not want an extension for some reason after he just won the cup with us. He won't even say yes to that. I'm not going to get this done by July 1st. 1 year, 3.3. Who else here? Axel Anderson. I don't really feel like signing him. He doesn't even want an extension. All right, goodbye, Axel Anderson. Fagemo, don't need you. I can find you in free agency. All these guys I can find in free agency if I need people to fill in San Diego. Sudanik's getting old now. Don't need him. Tracy, he's been garbage. He's medium bottom 6, 26 years old, 76 overall. Qualify and trade. Finley, where did I get Finley from? Oh yeah, I took him off waivers, that's true. What do you want? Minimum? Yeah, I can give you a league minimum. Tommy Yasu, I could give the minimum as well, yeah. Hoffman's a decent-ish prospect. Zayuzin and Brown, I don't really care much for them. Zayuzin, I'm going to let go. Brown has a little bit of trade value, so I'll sign him. And let's go from there. Verkunen, Brown say yes. Yasu wants more money. Finley says yes. McKinley says no. Okay. So my cap space went up, which is nice. Okay. Cameron McKinley, man. I can give him 1 year, 5. Tommy Yasu didn't want to sign, so I'll just qualify him. But this is killing me because if McKinley, I can't sign Bickle or Sidor until McKinley signs, and McKinley's taking his sweet time over here. Still doesn't want it at 3.5. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to put McKinley on the back burner because now I need to figure out Bickle and Sidor. Neither of them want extensions, so I might have to do what I did last year and just let them go to free agency with their RFA status and see where we go from there. I can't sign him for what he wants, Sidor. Bickle, 2 years, 8.2. I could do that, keeps him as an RFA. He could stay as an RFA for up to 4 years, but I can't. I need to figure out how, yeah, let's go 2 years. 2 years, 8.2, exactly what he wants. If he says no, I'm just going to let it go to free agency. And he says no. Okay, we're going to free agency, boys. We have 3 big RFAs, and here we are in free agency. This is a bit scary. Bickle and Sidor both get put on the block by our scout, by our pro scout, whatever his name is, assistant GM. I'll go ahead and put McKinley there too, why not? But this is a bit scary. I'm not feeling very comfortable. Makar making all that money is a real pain. That is a real pain. Because Makar and Tolvanen are both monsters. Shane Wright's already on a cheap contract. Jones isn't even making that much. If I were to trade anyone, it would be Seth Jones, but I really don't even want to. Olin's on a cheap contract. Everyone's on a cheap contract. These are all great. Who is here in free agency? Free agency. We have Ryan Merkley, Quinn Hughes. Wow, Quinn Hughes is a free agent. That's big. Heidel, Bick. Yeah, Stutzel. Huge RFA names. Who are the RFAs out here? Sorting by overall. But yeah, huge names are out here. Nagy just won the Calder. And then just UFAs. 90 overall Quinn Hughes, 88 overall Ryan Merkley, Anton Lundell is a free agent. Man, I'd love to sign some of these people. My money is all tied up. And in goalies, Hellebuck is here, Robin Lehner, Jussi Saros, RFAs, Almfelt, Pronger, McKinley. Boy, this is really brutal. Maybe if I sim a few days, Kiefer Bellows and a 4th, Islanders 2nd, 3rd, and Arturi Lehkonen. Maybe if I sim a few days and people start to get signed, I will be able to get them for a bit cheaper. Almfelt and a 4th to Ottawa from Tampa Bay for Lindgren and a 3rd. That was his rights getting traded there. What would they want now if I go and look? Bickle wants 2 years at 8.5, a bit more than he wanted even. Sidor 6 years at 9.3. This is brutal. Here's what I've been looking at here. I know it's very confusing. Why is Kel McCarr on the Hurricanes? Why do I have Mika Tarki? This is what I'm trying to do. To save money, I sent Cale Makar and a first-round pick to the Hurricanes from Mika Tarki, one of the best young players in NHL, 85 overall. He's a monster. Now, what I want to do is trade Tarki and picks and prospects back to the Hurricanes for Makar, and they're keeping salary. So in entirety, what I'm doing is I'm trading the Hurricanes prospects for money. So I'm going to end up giving them a first-round pick, maybe a second-round pick, maybe some prospects for $4.5 million times 6 years on Cale Makar's contract. I tried to make them keep the full 50% of like 6.6 or whatever it is. I was trying to give, I can't even explain it. It was quadruple trade value. They wouldn't do it. So now at 4.5, I'm going to see if giving them a second round pick and a good prospect will make it. I know it's a lot. I'm paying a lot here, but it's going to be worth it in the long run here. I'm going to try to give them Samuelsson, who has elite potential. He was a third round pick in 2026. He's only 60 overall, 21 years old. So I think now's a good time to dump him. Right now, so trade rejected because of the money. That's what they say. So I'm not afraid to trade a lot of picks and whatever else I need to try and make this happen. Maybe I throw in who I just drafted. What would they say to that? Still trade rejected. See, that's how crazy the trade value is. Just for them to keep 4.5 million times a few years, I need them to keep all this money. And I can't go back. I already made this trade. I need to stick with it. This is the real world. But even though it's not really, because this deal wouldn't have happened unless we had something in place. How about this? No, still trade rejected. So that's the issue here. Two good prospects, a first round pick, and a full bar trade prospect for Cale Makar. Look at the trade value. So if I make them keep 4 million, I can take off a first round pick, maybe not even. I can't. Trade accepted. All right. So thank you, Carolina. You're going to keep 4 million times 6 years, so that's going to save me some money. Cale Makar is now only going to be making. Let me see. He's now making 9.450 for the next 6 years, which helps me out in the cap situation. Cost me prospects and picks, but what are you going to do? Guess that's life. And now if you go to my contracts here, it's pretty much just, it's McKinley, Sydor, and Bickle, and I have 12.2? I don't understand this. It says that I should have more money. But if I go to RFA here, Cameron McKinley, he still wants a lot of money. 1 year, he wants 5.4. He wanted 3.3 before. So I'm just going to keep simulating. If someone sends me what's it called? An offer sheet, I'll just probably do it. Darnell Nurse for a first and a second with a third. Okay. Because right now I don't have the money. So I'm going to have to keep simulating until something happens. Keatley, Madsen, and Hoffman for Taylor Radish and a fourth. No thanks. And I'll keep checking intermittently for if their wage demands go down. Bickle wants 8.25. Oh, his wage demands went down a little bit. 8.250. I could probably give him 2 years. Now that they're in RFA, I could probably give him less. Maybe 2 years. 2 years, 7.850. Let's see if he likes that as I keep simulating through in this twisted world. Because if someone does offer sheet, that's going to be a lot of picks my way, and I just lost them all in that deal with the Hurricanes for them to keep money on Cale Makar. And even if it doesn't help me, even if I can't sign everyone, it'll still help me down the road. Bickle signed, okay, that's good. Even if they don't do it, it'll still help me down the road when I need to re-sign other people. To have Makar not making 13 million is very helpful. Back to RFAs here. So Sydor, I have $5.195 million. Sydor, just, I don't know if that's going to happen. Cameron McKinley, if I could get him 1 year, he wants 4.8 for 1 year. Maybe if I could get him 1 year at 4 million. I don't know if he would take that. Let's see what he says as I keep simulating through. I might just have to take the picks for Sydor, or if he wants to go down to 1 year, 5 million by next season if he still hasn't signed. McCann, a seventh for a second and fourth. Okay. Cameron McKinley has been tendered an offer sheet. 4 years of 5.195. If I say no, I get a first and a third from Vegas. Oh man, that's tough. Remind me in 6 days, because I'm going to see if I can get Sydor. What Sydor want? 1 year, 9.1. If I go 1 year, he only wants 7.75. I have 5.9, man. Oh, this is really tight. He only wants 7.775 if I go down to 1 year. Oh boy, do I have to trade someone else? I don't know. I can't do that what I just did again. I just decimated my team's prospects and picks, which is a very questionable move, that's for sure. 12 making 12, Jones, Makar at 9. All these guys are on good contracts. I see another 2.6 million or so. I'd have to trade Antoine Morand. No, I don't want to trade Morand. He's a monster and on a good contract. I'd have to trade Oland or something. No, I'd have to trade Seth Jones. Oh man, do I just trade Seth Jones? What could I get if I traded Seth Jones? This is killing me here. Seth Jones could have been my future captain. No trades found. Oh, mannaggia miseria. This is brutal. Going through his player search. Who else is there? Are there any young defensemen who are not making money? Young defensemen, let's say 84 to 99 on a good contract. Max like 3 mil. Anybody? No results. Max contract 5 mil. Okay, there's some people here. Both all on 1 year contracts. Man, Lucas Johansson, a 2-way defenseman, making 5 mil. Ole Ulevi, 2-way D, who he gave that puck to Mats Lindstrom in the playoffs. That helped us score a goal. So thanks, Ole. Do I take Ole Ulevi? But then, I mean, I don't want to trade Seth Jones to the Canucks. That would be pits. I guess it would be the Capitals. I could get them to keep salary. Maybe I could find someone who's a bit more expensive, and then since Seth Jones has so much trade value, it'll make them want to keep, I could get them to keep a lot of it. Let's say with at least 2 years left on their contract as well. 19 results. Just keep refining it, just like you're looking for scholarly journals to write a paper here. Olin, Brady Shake. Okay, let's put a max age as well of, let's put 29 years old. Okay, we're getting down to business here. 12 people left. Okay. Okay, so Rasmus Sandin, Dante Fabro. Dante Fabro is an offensive, 2-way D. I think he'd be pretty good. He's good defensive awareness. Puts up good numbers as well. He got 50 points last season, 86 overall. Rasmus Sandin is pretty nice. He would fit in the top 4 and all penalty kill lines according to the scout. Would be nice to send him to the Eastern Conference as well. And he's a bit younger, a bit more expensive, but a bit younger. Who's this guy Cook with medium league potential? Ronnie Cook, a 2-way D. 6'5", 2-way D, huh? Big boy. 2.5 star skating though. Yeah. I think it's between, even Victor Soderstrom's not bad. He has high top 4 D potential. I don't want to trade with the Coyotes though. Yeah, so it's come down to Fabro or Sandin. Dante Fabro or Rasmus Sandin. Sandin's 2 years younger. He scored 20 goals last season. He puts up about 35 to 50 points a year. 4-star shooting, 4-star defense, 4.5 star skating, 4-star physical, 5-star puck skills. Dante Fabro, 4-star puck skills, 4-star defense, 3.5 physical. He's 6 feet. 3.5 skating, 4.5 senses, good poise. Not sure if he fits in the lines as well. That's not as good. Let's try Rasmus Sandin. What would it take to get Rasmus Sandin? It doesn't look like that's even gonna work because then they're over the salary cap. I can't even make them keep more than like 1 million probably. Not even. He's gonna cost what he costs. So he would free up this cap space, but he would still cost a lot. I could get him to keep 500K, which would bring him down to 5.375. Still gonna cost me money to keep him on this team long term. Because if I take him, I have $10 million, I spend 7.7 on Sidor, I still can't sign McKinley. I need someone who I can sign McKinley and Fabro with. I need someone who's going to free up a lot of cap space. So it looks like it's going to be the Predators then, with Dante Fabro, because if I go and I say, I want you, Dante, and I want them to keep 50% of the salary, 2.582, it brings him down to being like worth 2.6 something around that area. That gives me $12 million to play with, which is better. And then what else could I squeeze out of the Predators? Have any good rookies after I just decimated my rookie system? Not even. Pekka Asplund, a power forward. Okay, I guess we'll throw him in. They have no goalies. Draft picks. I already decimated their draft picks in the past. I got a first, a second, a prospect, Dante Fabro at 50% salary. Trade rejected. How about just a first? Trade rejected still. Yeah, it's not going to be easy to get this to go through. They don't want to trade either piece. So, of course, I need to try and replenish my draft picks. You know what? Let's forget the prospect. I need to try and replenish the draft picks. Still too far off. So I can get let's try a 4th this year and a 3rd, 4th, and a 5th next year. Trade rejected. They would do it, but they don't want it for that salary. Come on, Bello. Look at the trade value. Still, this deal would work for us, but we don't want to keep all the salary. You have the cap space. I have to try it straight up here, and it still might not even work. Trade accepted. With a 5th round pick, they say no chance. straight up, they say, not too much to deliberate. The fans will think we came out ahead. Yeah, I know they will, because that was a great deal for you. So we just have to let go of Seth Jones, which I'm not happy about. We're down to $12.465 million. So I'm going to match that offer sheet to Cameron McKinley. And then I'm going to have to try and sign Jake Sydor. Hopefully no one sends him an offer sheet. So Tommy Yasu signed. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to match the offer of 5.195 to Cameron McKinley. And then I'm going to see if I can get Jake Sydor for a bit cheaper over here. Now he wants a little less. There we go. 1 year, 7.4. If I give him 2 years, maybe even 2 years at 7.5, I could try. How much money do I have? 8.2? Man, it's tight over here. I could try 2 years at 7.5. Let's see what Jake Sydor says to that. Because no one in the NHL has money in the future. When inflation, the salary cap goes up 0.5 every year, and people keep wanting millions and millions more. Not going to do that trade with the Rangers. Come on, Sydor. Aho says yes. Come on, boys. Come on. You know you want to. There you go. I believe the signing will be good for myself and the franchise. So we lost Seth Jones. We lost David Pastrnak, 2 of our alternate captains who had been here like the longest on this team, 2 of the oldest people. And that really hurt. That was brutal. That was rough. 2 firsts for Galchenyuk and a 3rd. Yeah, day. So let's sim to next season and see what we're looking like, man. That is crazy. Canadiens trade Nick Suzuki and a 4th to Columbus for 2 firsts and a prospect. That's pretty crazy. And now we're here at next season, so let's check out these lines and see what we're going to do. All right, so here are the lines. I'm not happy about it. First line, Tolvanen, Wright, Bickle. 92, 91, 89, plus 3. Beautiful. Second line, Sydor, Moran, Lindstrom, plus 1. Third line, Helmerson, Bugner, McInnes, plus 1. Fourth line, Colin Reyes, who made the team. Good for him. Pacioretty and Keatley, plus 1. Helmerson, maybe if I change his player type around, it'll fix something. I can play with player types later. Defense, Fabro, Makar, plus 3. Clark Olin, plus 1. Drysdale, Ekman, plus 1. Jamie Drysdale, he's here. Anyone else gives it Gouli, Aho, whatever, keeps it at a 0. I don't know why or how that Marco Aho, Caden Gouli, and Jamie Drysdale all have top 4D potential and they have not grown in 3 years. It doesn't make sense. This guy's 25, he's still a 78. He's as good as he was when he came out of the draft, pretty much. It really doesn't make sense. Now look at this. This does not make any sense. Jameson DeVries is an 86 overall. I signed Cameron McKinley to a 4-year, $5.195 million deal, and he could have been, he's a backup. I could have gotten a 1st and a 3rd from Vegas for him. I don't even need him. I need to trade him now. I traded Seth Jones to make room for this guy. I don't even need him. Jameson DeVries is the starter now, and I'm paying $5 million for my backup. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I have I have no money. I have nothing. I don't know how I'm expected to live. I don't know. On the power play, I get a +5 if I put Wright, Moran, Tolvanen with Oland and Makar. And then if I put... That's putting 2 defensemen here, so which means I got to put 4 forwards here. I could put, I don't know, another forward here. I could put Bugner at center and Helmerson at the point, and it's a +1, or I put Helmerson at center with his 80 faceoffs and Clark at the point, and it stays a +1. So I think I'll keep it like this. I don't usually put 2 defensemen at the point for a power play line, but it gives it a +5 if I do. So 96, 92, 97, 93, and 96. Hopefully that'll work out. Penalty kill, get a +1 and a 0. This never looks good. 3-man PK, it never looks good like always. So what are you going to do, I guess? I'm not even going to care about it. I'm really not happy about that Cameron McKinley. Because now I have, how much money do I have? I made that Seth Jones deal. I have 2.4. With McKinley gone, I have like 7.3 or so. Who's expiring? Bugner's gonna want a deal. What's he gonna want? 3 million? I should sign him right now. No, sorry, he's gonna. Sorry, I gotta look up. He wants 4.5. I don't even have that close to enough money. 8 years, he wants 13 million. Day. So I need to trade Cameron McKinley's stats for a backup goalie. So sorry, Cameron, I guess the EA gods weren't with you. Your trade value is literally almost nothing for some forsaken reason. 50 wins last season. Wins the Stanley Cup. Leads us there. No trade value. It doesn't make sense. Now I need to find a backup goalie. So I tried to get like 37-year-old Frederik Andersen straight up for this mediumly young goaltender, and they say no. They laughed me out of the room. So here we go. Let's get Sergei Bobrovsky. Let's get him a cup. He's 38, 76 overall. He has 90 poise. Dallas is a rebuilder. They have literally no starting goalie. 81 overall. Malcolm Subban is their starter. Give me 2/3. Not even. What a sick, twisted system this is. It's a sick, twisted system, man, I tell you. It is a sick, twisted system. Bobrovsky, okay, give me a 1/3, a 4th, and a 6th for Cameron McKinley. Thanks. You get an elite goalie for garbage, but EA says, oh, you're lucky you pulled that one off. I have like a headache over here, man. Altanovich, whatever your name is, you stay there. Bobrovsky, you stay there. Great. Why did I do that? I need someone. I need also depth on the 4th line. I should have traded for depth with Bobrovsky. My head is literally exploding over here. Do they have anybody? 4th liners? 4th liner who's at least 80, an 80 overall 4th liner. Nick Petan, Josh Anderson. I could get Josh Anderson back. I have $6.7 million of cap space now. I could trade back for Seth Jones if I traded Dante Fabro. But I'd have to trade something with Dante Fabro. I have to give like Fabro, because Seth Jones is a full trade bar. No, it's not going to work. I can't even trade back for him because of the garbage trade bar system. Lawson Krause played 1 year with us. A couple of years ago, he had 29 points on the 4th line. He was pretty good. Power forward. He's making 1.7 for 1 year. Who is? Oh, that's Joey Anderson. This is Josh Anderson. What did he do with us? 26 points, +7. Do I want Krause or Anderson, man? Krause, 6'4", 30 years old, 76 discipline, 66 discipline. Only got 28 penalty minutes. Yeah, he gets more penalties. Let's go for Josh Anderson. Okay, what garbage prospect can I trade you? Maddox Brown, and this guy Graham, who I drafted. Yeah, I should be able to get him just for Maddox Brown. Should be enough. Look at that. Bang, yeah. Just give him to me. Trade accepted. Yeah, go dance in the streets, you pieces of junk. Can't believe I could have gotten a 1st and a 3rd from Vegas for McKinley. On a rebuilding team, I needed a 1st. I just traded my 1st in that deal with Makar to save money. These AHL guys aren't even going to sign. 1st, Hannon, what are these trades? Mike McCarron, Tyler Steenbergen, and Matthew Robertson, welcome to the team. Throw you in San Diego. Let's just finish this episode, man. My head's pounding. Okay, that's all done. Mike McCarron's going to be our guy who fills in for scratches. Hopefully we get Big Mike a cup. Montreal Canadiens legend. Now we need to figure out captains for this season. With Pastrnak and Jones both gone, Antoine Morin will definitely have an A. He'll be an alternate. I think the other... Oh, hold on. Take off Tolvanen and Bickle. Now, I need to give another alternate to the two-way forward, the fighter, the point king himself, the Swede, Jesper Helmersson. He definitely needs an A on his jersey. And I'd like to give one to someone on defense. I think Cale Makar can definitely get one for all his work here and his commitment to this team. So let's try and get Sergei Bobrovsky a cup. Let's try and get Mike McCarron a cup. Cale Makar, Jesper Helmersson, and Antoine Morin will be our 3 alternates for this season. Let's sim through the preseason and see how we look. What an absolute buzz this episode has been, man. Sidor and Bickle. I'm not going to be able to keep everybody. I'm going to have to trade someone after this season, that's for sure, to free up space for Bugner to sign his contract. Christian Bugner. So, not going to be able to keep this team together forever. 5-2-0. I feel like I'm about to go watch The Last Dance. I feel like I'm the Chicago Bulls who are trying to keep this team together. Hopefully I'm a better GM than Jerry Bello. So, let's see the points for the preseason. Doug Bickle now up on the first line. He scored 9 points in 7 games. Wright, Makar with 9. Tolvanen 8. Bugner, Helmersson, McInnes, Morand all with 6. Jordan McInnes, nice to see that. Pacioretty 5. Sidor 5. Lindstrom only 1 goal. That's weird. Alright, everyone looks good enough. Even Jamie Drysdale getting in here. Hopefully this is his only chance. I traded for him years ago for Owen Tippett or whatever. He's been in... How long has he been in San Diego, this guy? Just been a 78 overall every single year. 1, 2, 3, 4 straight seasons. I think I traded for him. He played 1 or 2 years in the juniors. He played 4 years in San Diego. Come on, this guy's 25 now. Let's get it together. Colin Reyes, a 7th round pick, 216th overall in 2024. A Patrick Hornquist story here. And goaltending, how did Jameson DeVries do? 4-2-0. Bobrovsky 1-1-0. So DeVries isn't that good. He has the overall. I don't know. McKinley, maybe he's better. Who knows? I don't know. Cost a lot of money. It's hard to tell here in this world, man. I know McKinley was a monster. I know Dostal was a monster. But my head is fried. The money, I feel like an accountant, just trying to put all the numbers together. And the last thing I want to do is try and change Helmersson's player type. See if I can make it fit the lines. All right, so changing Bugner back to a two-way forward, keeps it at a +1. Helmersson, two-way forward, puts it to 0. I'll just keep him as a power forward. These will be the lines heading into the season. I guess I like them. Sidor, if he has to move next year, I could bring Helmersson up, and then something else can happen on the third line, whatever. Wow, what an absolute EA buzz this episode has been. EA cheese all over the place. So we're going to keep the lines like that. Captains are set. Trade block, I'm going to put like Aho and Gouli. I'm going to send out the scouts, and then next episode we can begin simulating what could be our last full season here in Anaheim for the 2027-2028 regular season. So please let me know if you have any suggestions on this next season. I know things could have gone better. I know you're going to be laughing in your head as all this goes on. I could have gotten trade McKinley for a lot more. I didn't have to trade Jones, maybe, who knows. But unfortunately we didn't have a crystal ball to know that. But hey, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, putting out lots of content on a bi-daily basis at the latest, especially over the quarantine, keeping you all entertained. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.